Yeah, so we heard a lot about CAN-XL and the new capabilities CAN-XL provides. Just Peter explained that we even could put Ethernet frames now, transfer Ethernet frames within a CAN-XL frame, as we have now a large amount of data per frame that we can transmit. And I would like to present you now an idea or a concept how to use the available bandwidth of CAN-XL even more efficiently, and more efficiently by using so-called multi-PDUs. First of all, the question is, what is a PDU? Just to have common understanding with each other. A PDU means protocol data unit, and it's a block of data from a dedicated layer transferred over network. So this means if we look at the OSI model, actually each layer communicates with each layer by exchanging data packages, and these data packages, these are the protocol data units, and these protocol data units, so in case layer 7 wants to transmit his protocol data unit, hands over the protocol data unit to the layer 6, and the layer 6 creates from this received protocol data unit an own protocol data unit, and so it travels down the complete hierarchy, is transmitted, and then on the receiver side it's more or less depacked. And if we look a bit closer, then we find another term that we also find in the CAN-XL protocol, because if we have here, for example, the layer 4, and this is the PDU of layer 4, then when the layer 4 hands over the PDU to the layer 3, also by using a service from layer 3, then the received data from layer 4 is the so-called service data unit. And from this service data unit, then the layer 3 creates its own protocol data unit. So these are the two terms that we now see in the presentation, so that we have the common understanding for this. Now, when we look at the CAN protocol, then we do have also a PDU in CAN, although we don't have all these several layers of the OSI model with CAN. CAN, we typically have the physical layer, we have the data link layer, which is split into the MAC part and the LSC part, and then we have the application layer. And very basic, in the application layer, we have data, and the PDU already could be a single application data, or if we have a higher layer protocol on CAN, then it also could already be this protocol, which becomes the PDU that is then handed over to the data link layer, and the data link layer transmits this PDU as a CAN message, puts the ID in front of it and transmits the data with the respective protocol. Now, what is a multi-PDU? Just what the name says, a multi-PDU means we put several PDUs in one data package, so more or less several PDUs in one CAN message. And actually, this is nothing new, and this is already used from the beginning, and it's used by various application layer protocols. For example, already the car manufacturers, when they started to work with CAN, they used this kind of multi-PDU mechanism, although it was not called multi-PDU mechanism. So if we have an ECU, then we have different signals on an ECU. And actually what the car manufacturers did, and each car manufacturer had its own proprietary definition of these signals, and also then of the data packages of these signals that were then mapped into the CAN data frame, and also the identifier was specified, so that the identifier already identified which signals are transmitted in the CAN message.